Hello everyone. Today we are continuing with some of the things we have been talking about in premarital counseling. And today's lesson is matured habits and mindsets. We will have two presentations based on the same title: matured habits and mindsets. What is a habit? According to James Clear, he said a habit is a routine or a behavior that is performed regularly, and in most cases it is automatic. So a habit is that routine you perform regularly to the point it becomes automatic or even unconscious. So he said the difference a tiny improvement can make over time is astounding. Here's how the math works. If you can get 1% better each day for 1 year, you will end up 37 times better by the time you are done. Conversely, if you get 1% worse each day for 1 year, you will decline nearly to zero. What starts as a minor win or a small setback accumulates into something much more. James Clear's on Atomic Habits, page 11 and 20. Think about this quote. It talks about habit formation. If you wonder how habits are formed, this quote can help you understand. It says, "The defects cherished in dealing with life's minor details pass into more important affairs. He acts on the principles to which he has accustomed himself. Thus, actions repeated form habits, habits form character, and by the character, our destiny for time and for eternity is decided." It's amazing that this quote says, a defect indulged in one aspect of life can be transferred, passed on into more important aspect of life. And when these actions are repeatedly, they form habits, and habits form character, and by the character, our destiny for this time and eternity is decided. You can check this on Ellen White's book, Christ Object Lesson, page 356, paragraph 2. Our thoughts, feelings, and choices we make in our minds determine which actions we take. When we repeatedly do something, it becomes a habit. In other words, it becomes automatic and unconscious. When a habit is cherished enough, it becomes our character. Unless we choose otherwise, this will determine our destiny. A study at the University College of London found that it takes 66 days to form a new habit. It takes 66 days of daily consistent action for an action to become what? Automatic. How impactive are habits? What are the impacts of a habit? We have to understand what makes a habit so impactful, for good or for worse, is that they are unconscious. For example, I have this habit of drinking a liter of water the first thing in the morning. I have been doing this for so long that I no longer think to decide whether to drink or not. I just wake up, I stretch my hand and pour and drink. Another thing is that habits are so impactful because they can be transferred. They can be transferred into other aspects of our life. Look at what Dr. B.R. Kishore talks about. He says, skills gained in one area are easily and automatically transferred into other areas and departments of life. The Practical Guide to Success in Interview, page 67, paragraph 2. Now, we have seen how skills can be transferred into other, gained in one area can be transferred into other departments of life. But if you deconstruct the idea of a skill, you find that a skill is made up of habits and principles. So the way you do something will drastically influence how you do any other thing. So whether you are doing something small or big, or as minor as you may despise it, the way you do it will actually train you to do other things in life. The habits and the traits you develop by doing that little things may impact the way you do greater things. So do anything with such a commitment that your work will stand the test of time. The Bible underscores this idea by saying, if you have run with footmen and they have wearied you, then how can you contend with horses? It's a question. And if in the land of peace in which you trusted, they wearied you, then how will you do in the flooding of Jordan? Jeremiah 12 verse 5. One person, one book. Metaphorically speaking, almost every person who has ever lived has been writing a book that is published the day they die. This book contains the failures, the victories, the impact they made, the regrets and the risk they took, etc. The letters and the words and the sentences and the paragraphs of this book are the habits they cherished in their lifetime. So we have realized and studied the power of habits. The question that is so urgent to us is, what kind of habits are so essential for every aspiring husband or wife? Very soon we are going to go to the next episode of this part of matured habits and mindset. Be engaged, be passionate and open-minded to study together. God bless you.